Most people think getting more YouTube views is the answer, but the real problem isn't your view count. It's that you don't have a bridge between someone watching your video and becoming a paying client. You're treating YouTube almost like a broadcasting platform instead of a lead generation machine. Now, over the past 4 years, we've generated over $4 million in gross income from 4 million YouTube views on our local business channel. That's $1 for every single view of revenue, right? If you're getting views on your channel and your videos, but you aren't seeing the power and growth of getting leads into your business, there's something that you're missing. Now, I want to show you a simple system that turns every video you create into a client attracting asset. And it starts with understanding one critical principle that most business content creators completely ignore. And what that is making it easy. You have to make it easy for your client to follow through. You only need to have one ask in your videos. Now, here's a question. How can you actually chase two rabbits? You can't. They go in opposite directions every single time. Trust me and my children have tried. And we were never, ever successful. And so your clients, when they see multiple options, multiple choices of what they should do if they want to connect with you further after watching your content or during your content, they just need one simple thing. So I want to ask you, what's more important? Is it more important to get that subscribe, or is it more important to get the client? For me, day in, day out, if I get a subscribe, that's fantastic. And our channel has over 20,000 subscriptions. But again, that doesn't turn into dollars. That doesn't turn into income. That doesn't turn into me supporting my team, right? Them meeting high quality opportunity clients and supporting their families. Subscribing counts, that doesn't do anything for us. So we focus on the dollar, the client. How do we service that client and help that client? And that's what we want to focus on. So I learned this the hard way. In our early videos, I would mention our buyer's guide or this guide or that guide. I'd mention, hey, here's a link for scheduling a consultation. And then I'd ask them to subscribe and hit the bell, as well as make sure you hit the like button, because we need people to have algorithms that help them. People had no idea what to do first. So they kind of did nothing. It didn't grow. But the moment that we switched, it became really, really clear. When we had this one ask, this one specific call to action every video, our conversion rates grew. It's like giving someone directions. If you say turn left or maybe right, or you could go straight and then hit the roundabout and then come back and then go right, they're just going to go, pardon? They're going to go ask somebody else for directions. But if you said, just turn left at the next light, they know exactly what to do. And this matters so, so much. And the reason that it matters is because decision fatigue is real. Check this out. Researchers studied Israeli judges making parole decisions and found that the percentage of favorable rulings dropped from 65% nearly to 0% within each decision session, but returned abruptly to 65% after a break. When judges got mentally exhausted from making decisions, they defaulted to the easier choice, which is just saying no. And the same thing happens to your potential clients. When we make too many decisions or have too many options for them to choose from, it leads to choice overload that makes us feel overwhelmed and causes a decline in our ability to actually make a choice. Now, one clear path always outperforms multiple choices. Look at this. This is probably what you're doing to your clients. You're shooting content, you're shooting a video. This is you right in the middle. And you're sitting there saying, hey, you know what? I've got a great PDF guide. You could also give me a call. Well, why don't you just go to my website and book a book? Did you write a book? I didn't write a book. So maybe you have a book. Maybe there's no book. But you gave them 3 really good options. But they're saying no. Because a one clear call to action is super essential. But what I'm about to show you will actually transform how you think about what that call to action should be. Are you in a place that I can share this? You need to create 5 to 6 lead magnets that actually convert for your clients. That's it. Create lead magnets that you can rotate through your videos and always have something you can download or something they can do for the next steps. Something that furthers them from the video, allows you to collect email addresses, names, and phone numbers. I collect phone numbers on every lead magnet that we get. If I'm willing to get less leads if I can get a phone number. This is a choice we made in our business. You might be okay with just having an email address, so you'll get more leads. But I'm okay to have that filter because it's kind of important for us to be able to have a phone conversation for our type of business. And it may not be for you, but for me, we made that decision. And you might still be in that mindset where you naturally kind of say, well, just contact us or book a call because you're a little bit afraid of losing them kind of reaching out to you. But the thing is if they like your videos, they like your content, they like your lead magnets, they like what you are actually offering them in this content, they're going to actually want to work with you. Like, think about this. Would you rather ask someone on a first date or ask them for coffee? The lead magnet is your coffee invitation. You're not getting married on that first date, and it's hard to ask for just a date, but if you just ask someone for coffee, it's a much softer, easier invitation. So here's what happens. When someone watches our video about choosing certain neighborhoods, we will typically offer kind of one of our school guides. We have a few of them, and they're different for different videos. They download it with their email and phone number. Now we have that relationship, and we don't just have a video view. And this works because you're meeting people where they are in their journey. Not everyone who watches your video or any of your content is ready to hire you today, but they might need that information. They might be ready in 2 years, but they're going to come back and watch your content because you're adding value to their life. Give them the information, and when they're ready, you're the obvious choice for who they're going to work with when they need that service or that business. So how do you create your lead magnets? Well, here's some great tips. What is important to your client? You got to ask that question first. So what kind of common concerns or questions always come up? You know, when you're building your themes of your videos, inside those themes of the videos that you have, what is constantly coming up that you could actually say, hey, you know what? This is something that is often asked. So I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna figure this out. So what is another one? Is what are they afraid of when it comes to your business? What are things that they're nervous about that you could actually have some type of a guide? You could create a custom GPT, right? With ChatGPT. You could create a custom GPT that they can interact with that has your information in the background, and now they're interacting with you. There's lots of ways you can build these types of lead magnets. Another one is what keeps them up at night worrying that you can address. What are they nervous about? What keeps them up at night, right? What are those things that they're really concerned about when they need your service, your product, your local business? And you can actually help them through that process through one of these lead magnets. And they're totally going to be willing to give you a phone number, an email address to get that information. So I think you're starting to see this picture where you need to have these lead magnets because making it very easy for them. They don't want to have a lot of links, and those links need to definitely go to your lead magnets. But here's how you actually make this work. Once they've downloaded everything, you need to have some sort of system, a CRM, contact relation management system, I think is what it stands for, CRM. You need to have a system that these leads are going into. You could use, anything like Go High Level. There's so many out there, right? None of the like Monday.coms or anything like that, but find Go High Level. High Level is a great one you could consider. But what it needs to do, here's your requirements. It needs to be able to collect inbound leads and their information. So connects to landing pages is the next one, because those lead magnets need to be living somewhere. And then you have to be able to deliver that landing page promise to them. So if you're going to get this PDF guide, give me your information, you want the CRM to do it automatically for you. And now they're put into your system. And you also want to be able to send emails from this system to all of your clients, your future clients, your leads. And this is the most important part. It tracks who clicks on the links in the email. You're welcome. That is really, really, really important, because step 2 of this and how you make it work is be thoughtful in your email blasts. So you might be like, I've done all this stuff already and I'm still not getting leads. Well, here's maybe where the disconnect is. You need to be thoughtful in your email blasts. When you create a video each week, you're going to have a theme. You're going to have a topic that you're going to be talking about. Use the transcript of that video and put it into a very short and precise email for that week. If you're offering the lead magnet, you could just give it to them in the email. They don't have to download it again or like give their email. You just give them let's say the Google Drive link to that PDF that you have, or whatever it is you're giving away in the email. Maybe there's something that you realized in a video that you're sharing that's super helpful. Well, just give them the tips. You could, I don't do this, you could actually give them the link to the video that you just shot. Say, hey, here's all the tips. If you want to watch more, go back to the video here. You could do that too. I like to kind of keep all of my views organic versus kind of mixing them. And then the other one is maybe you could use an interaction with a client and tell a story about how you help them get unstuck. Offer and what you did to offer to help them get better in what they're doing. Make a precise story. Stories sell. They do. They help understand. They help bring clarity to the client that's watching it, right? But here's the thing you should never do. Never use set email drip blasts that auto send every 2 weeks, every 3 days. This to me is something we used to do a lot. And I'm so glad we don't do it anymore, because we are actually warming up our leads by caring and being thoughtful in our emails that we are sending out to people who have entrusted us to give us their information for the leads magnets that they have downloaded. Now, here's a few tips for the emails that you're sending. Have one link to click. This goes back to the very first thing. Make it easy on them. Don't give them all of these different choices. It's one thing. This one thing that you click through is going to help you even more than the email that you got. That's it. Make that really, really simple. And then the other one is how you write your emails. This is really, really valuable. So this block of text might be a paragraph that you put in your email, okay? And it'll go to read this. When you write your emails, make sure they aren't a large bunch of words and sentences that seem to never end. This makes it really hard to read and understand, but see where I'm going? Instead, write it like this. Write your emails, make sure they aren't in large bunch of words and sentences that seem to never end. This makes it really hard to read and understand. Bloop. Instead, make sure it's easy for your client to read and connect with you over. If you make it too blocky, the brain just disconnects. Now, I don't know about you, and you can completely disagree. This right here is so much easier to read and digest than this guy up here. And that is intentional. When you're writing your emails, break up your sentences and your paragraphs and put them in single lines. The trick here too is actually make it like a mountain. If you can see the mountaintops and the valleys in your content, this is so much easier for people to read and digest and interact with. All of these things is about making it easy for your client to connect with you, because that's what you want. Now, depending on the type of business you have, the third thing that makes this just take off like crazy, pick up the phone. Call your clients. Now, who do you call and connect with? Because you might end up all of a sudden, let's say over a year, you've collected 10,000 email addresses. Well, you can't call 10,000 people. But if you have a CRM that tracks your clicks, now anyone that clicked on the link from your email is who you call. They have raised their hand and said, hey, I wanted that extra thing. And so I'm probably further down the pipeline and the process than others that got this email. And so now, I think I probably should connect with you. This is a slight way of doing, I call it a raised hand retargeting or raised hand method. When they raise their hand and you shake the tree of all the leads, they will fall out first. Those are the ones you want to call. So call those people. Do not just call everyone who opens the email. You need to call the people who click whatever the thing is that's in your email. And that is going to help you convert way more clients from your YouTube videos. We might forget that we're talking about YouTube here, but this is going to help you connect so many more people than ever before. It's not just about the content you're creating, it's about the thoughtfulness afterwards that you've already converted that lead. And by doing this is going to allow you to convert way more clients than anyone else in your city or your market. Then I just promise it will, because it's working for us. So if this has been helpful, please jump into the description, join our Becoming School group, and we'll see you up in this video.